everyone, today I'll be making another video from 500 to 550 power. Hopefully this will be the last one for now. The footage I'm going to be showing you is the mods I've been using before the portal update up to 520 power level. Now there is a new portal update. I had to wait for the new portal update for me to make this video because I want to make sure the mods I'm going to be using for the new updated will be correct compared to the old mods. The good news is the portal is improved. It's more easier than before, so I highly recommend to go to the portal and level up. It's going to be worth it than before. The portal for many months has been very bad, and getting to 500 to 550 takes around over 200 hours of gameplay. That was another issue I was having when trying to make it to 550. There's no fights where players are too low power level and the players who are high power level, they kick them out. 450 gear, they still kick me out. Even though my kinetic, my energy weapon, and my heavy weapon was 450 power level or high that time, I still got kicked out because my gear was 100, my gear was power level 10. I'm not even joking, I'm not over exaggerating, that's what happened. Then for this season, when I was over 520 power level, or 510 power level that time, I was still getting kicked out because my power level was too high. Later on, I got kicked out because my guardian rank was too low, which didn't make any sense. I mean, it confused me so much. Like, why am I getting kicked out because of my guardian rank? And I still don't like guardian rank to this day. Alright, so now the introductions and the power leveling before is gone. Let's just forget about it. Let's just turn the page. I'm going to try my best to turn the page because I'm still traumatized of prime engrams and the ranking and all this complicated stuff. When I was at 500 to 520, I was, of course, was +1. And I was relying on prime engrams. And the prime engrams was working here and there, probably every 20 runs with a prime engram and then +1. And I was also catering or relying on Savala when leveling up. I was using Banes because Banes give a lot of points, and it still does to this day after the update. I was using Hunger, like if it was Solar Hunger, I use a solar weapon, or Arc Hunger, or Stasis Hunger from using the sword, or the Scout Rifle for the Void Hunger. I was using that quite a lot so I can get my abilities faster, and I was using Lightning Crystals if it's there because the mods change every day where I was leveling up. Later on, I was playing Reclaim. That time it was -40 and there was a Sword Cheese that time. I did play a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fun. I'm not gonna say I didn't do it, I did do some of it. It only made it to +4 power level. Then later on I stopped because, well, I didn't have time anymore because it was still time consuming because you still had to rely on prime engrams and luck for the +1s to level up. The new update came, and yesterday or on Tuesday, the bonus focus I saw was K1. So I decided to just go for K1 because I was going to get the extra bonus completions for the first go, and I was going to consistently have a high chance of getting the chest plate. Any bonus focus it shows, where it shows a armor or a weapon, every 3 minutes. And the reason why I was going for K1 is, of course, there was a bonus. There was a bonus portal points this week. I'm not sure if it's going to be available next week. So this is why I recommend for everyone to start leveling up because of the bonus portal buff. But I really do like this idea that they buffed the portal, but I wish it was there instead of just 1 week. Because now you will have to add a little bit more mods to get the A rank or B plus for you to get the +2 engrams. The buff portal is 5%. Now I know for players it's whatever's for them. 5% doesn't matter. Actually it does matter. And the reason why it matters is, remember the high rotation? Remember when I said you have to shoot the rocks really fast, the first 2 rocks? And if you don't, you get 3,700 points. And I say start all over again. if you don't get the 5,000 points on the first objective. So for this week, I'm not sure about next week because I can't test it. You can still get an A rank even though you get the 3,700 points on K1 on the Hive rotation. Now the Fallen's different. The Fallen doesn't matter. You always will get 5,000 points. I think it's easier. In my opinion, I like the Fallen rotation more than the Hive. That's me. Everyone disagrees. People disagree. I can get the Fallen rotation less than 3 minutes per run. And same thing with the Hive. It's just the points for the first objective is buggy still. And I really hate it. But because of this portal buff that we see right now, you can get away with the 3,700 points and finish the objective and still get an A, which is great. So this bonus buff portal is really good. And I really hope this buff will still be available for next week. It would be really nice and it will help a lot of players to level up faster. You can also go to the Fire Team portal, the Pinnacle Ops portal, and complete the bonus focus and the extra completions on the first go. That's another thing you can do. I didn't really do that so much. I mainly just went to K1 and then I went to Reclaim. So Reclaim is way more easier than before. You can go on match game and you can get the Reclaim objective done around 12 to 13 minutes on a decent team. On a really good team, a customized team, you can get it done in 8 minutes with a good team. And then with a top percent team, probably 5 minutes or under. Just being super honest. So there are two choices. So if you don't want to do the Lost Sector, K1 Fallen, K1 Hive, or other Kandera, then I highly recommend you can go with your friends and you can just relax and go for the Reclaim. If it does have the bonus focus, you can also have a high chance to get 4 completions in every 12 minutes. Now, if you are playing Reclaim, I highly recommend for one person to finish the next objective while the 2 players are focusing on the first objective for the Reclaim activity. So you can get to the boss more faster. That is what I recommend. And another thing I forgot to mention is people have told me that there are some extra changes for the solo ops and maybe fire team ops. People have told me that Skywatch is not really worth farming for leveling up. I heard that they added a tormentor on Skywatch, so look out for Skywatch. I don't recommend to go for Skywatch. I heard there is a tormentor. I'm not sure if it's a daily rotation. I have no idea, but people have told me they added it and it's just horrible, and they said don't play Skywatch. Just play K1, play Kandera, play Curation, play the Reclaim. Reclaim is really fun when you are with a fire team, or if you're fed up with solo ops and you just want to play with random players, then you can go for Reclaim. Reclaim is -30. I don't think there is limited revives. I didn't see it because I only played Reclaim 2 times, by the way. Only 2 times. And after that, I was close to 447. So once I was 447, I went to the Savala chest. I immediately just, of course, check out the rolls for the weapon, see if it's good. I check out the rolls of the weapons to see if it's good. And if it's good, I keep it. If it's not good, then I just, I fuse it to my other weapon. You can go to Savala chest. You can just simply go to the chest and then just claim all the armor and all the 3 weapons to get to 550. So that's basically what I did. I saved the armor, I saved the weapons until I was 447, around 447 or 448. That way I was able to get the +2 and get just easily the 550 on all the weapons and all the gears. That's the method that I did. So if you do see the Savala chest, don't touch it if you are close to 550. If you do see the Savala chest, I would recommend to save it for getting to 550 gear and weapons. The mods, when I was leveling up, I was actually using solar I was using Void Hunger, I was using Lightning Crystals, I was using Bane without the scripts. I try to avoid the scripts because I'm using a sword for my weapon. Everyone's different. And I was using Stubble Foes. Sometimes I use that. And sometimes I do use Chilled Touch if I have no choice. But it looks like the mods are way more easier. You can add all these mods and then you can easily rank up to A or even B plus to get an A rank. With the bonus buff of 5%, it also helps with your runs as well to get an A rank. Another thing you can do is you can get the time bonus mod where it gives extra 15%. I don't really put pressure cooker at all because pressure cooker does boost up your A rank, but I do like the fact that the other mod gives it extra buff, 15% extra bonus power. And it's really good for fire team especially, and for solo ops if you can speedrun it and finish the first objective. The old mods I've been using, I was using Extinguish, but since I don't think Extinguish is recommended at all for the portal unless it is required when the bonus buff is gone next week. I didn't use Extinguish at all for my runs. I just took it off after a few runs and realized I don't really need it. So you don't really need Extinguish, I don't think so, but you might need it for next week. It's a big maybe, I am not sure. Because now the objectives for the solo ops and fire team ops are locked. It is -30. The highest power level is 470. So I am going to be listing the mods that I put on. Highly recommend. And that's basically how I went to 550. I was waiting for the portal update. I did grind and try to rely on prime engrams until 520. And then I stopped and I just wanted to wait for the next update. Now there is one little issue with the portal system. Now this is just a minor. It's not really a big deal. Not really a big deal. Maybe for other players it is. When you're at 500 above power level, I'm not getting any prime engrams at all on my runs. I barely am getting prime engrams even with the buff. There is a buff I think around rank 30s, and then the last prime buff is rank 77. I'm not getting any buff. I'm not sure. Maybe you have to be a higher guardian rank to get it. I have no idea, because when I hit 550, I was guardian rank 9. I was not guardian rank 10 or 11. I was guardian rank 9 when I hit the 550 power level. When I was trying to get the prime engrams, and when I hit to 520 to 550, I only got 2 prime engrams. 2 prime engrams from 520 to 550 for this new update. So it was around 25 to 30 runs I got a prime engram. Maybe 3 prime engrams. Maybe I lost counted. Let's just say 3. I only got 3 prime engrams. And it was around 25 to 30 runs, which is not good. Usually you're supposed to get a prime engram every 3 runs because of the points. When you are flying to the tower or planets, it says that when you have A+ or really high score, you get a higher chance of getting a prime engram. I don't think it's working at the moment. So I wouldn't, like I said, I know it doesn't matter anymore. And I have said this before that I think they need to buff the prime engrams. I think it should be +3. The most important thing right now is the portal is easier to level up. You can play K1, Lost Sectors, avoid Skywatch for now. I heard there's a Tormentor there. That's what I heard. I'm not sure if it's true. Now players will be able to play Conquest. Now I haven't tested out Conquest. I still think they need to have a weekly so we can get the high stats for exotics. You know, it could be more rewarding, because Conquest right now doesn't feel rewarding. As you can see, I hit to 550 without relying on Guardian rank, without playing Conquest so much, the ultimate version. Overall, we finally reached to 550 power level. Comment below what power level you are if you want to. I mean, if not, you know, it would hurt my feelings It'll hurt her feelings, guys. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, comment below your power level, and then you should be able to level up to 550 in 2 to 3 days, depending what power level you are. Also, another issue with the Conquest is I really wish we can use whatever weapons we want. There is still a mod that still restricts of new weapons and new seasonal weapons. Like, I can't use my sunset weapons for my solo runs, which I don't like. I don't like that at all. I want to use La Monarch. I want to use Midnight Coupe. I want to use glaives. I want to use, weapons that no one really uses. I want to be creative. I wish they can remove that mod. I really don't like it, but that's just me. Everyone's different. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.